Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit of an interesting topic. Let me know if you like it, by the way, in the comments down below. So I can't actually run it in Valorant because there's an update happening right now for scheduled maintenance, but I'm going to show you guys some images and a cool website that I like to use for things like caffeine and other drugs. But pretty much, do you need caffeine to hit high ranks or to be good at Valorant? Whenever you think of caffeine, you might think of G Fuel as right here, energy drinks, which is also right here. Coffee, tea, etc. Like anything you could think of that has caffeine in it, then that kind of also is in the same category. These things tend to have a lot of caffeine. A cup of coffee tends to have like 90 milligrams. So if we go onto this website here, see caffeine. The dosages here are on the right. So you can see a normal cup of coffee falls in the common range. So does a cup of G Fuel. So what are the effects of caffeine and why would it be good for Valorant? The main effect that people use caffeine for in Valorant, from my knowledge and from my experience, is that you have this sort of like stimulation effect, or it's like increased reaction time, which can be very useful a lot of the time. And there's also negative effects. So some of the most common negative effects you'll feel are irritability, ego inflation, which is kind of funny for Valorant, so cognitive dysphoria, and then also after effects. If you have a lot, depending on how much you have, the more you have, the more intense these effects are. So yeah, there's both good and bad to caffeine. Also, to the main crux of this video, you absolutely do not need caffeine to be good at Valorant. It can be a nice side, a nice side boost to help you perform well in games, but you absolutely do not need it to get Radiant or to go pro. I don't really know what percentage of you or what percentage of like high rank players or pros use caffeine, but I'm actually sure it's probably relatively high because, like, basically you guys don't want to be using it as a crutch. You don't want to be telling yourself, especially you don't want to be telling yourself that I need this to perform well, because that's going to make things much harder for you, especially whenever you don't have caffeine. It feels like you're just useless, and that's really a bad mindset to get into. But I would say you could have it occasionally. It's kind of like what I do. I have like maybe a cup a day or something. I'm actually having G Fuel right now, so this is basically the equivalent of just over a cup of coffee. So for example, if you feel kind of sleepy in the morning, like I do personally right now, you didn't get enough sleep or something like that, caffeine can be very useful. And if you're gonna play Valorant anyway, it's like two birds with one stone type deal. But don't, like I said, don't tell yourself that you need this to perform well. All that you need is yourself to become Radiant, Pro, whatever your goals are. If your goal is plat, you only need to look within yourself to get plat, and you just have to keep not giving up, essentially. There are other effects here, but you guys can read this. You can read it right here, or I can put it in the comments as well. And I'm speaking from someone that used to think I needed this to perform well at the game. I was drinking like a lot of caffeine a day, and now I'm not. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about this, if you like this type of video, or if you don't like this type of video, just let me know in the comments. I figured, why not? I can make other ones about like Adderall. I've never personally had Adderall, but I know that's something I think like Radiant players, I don't know if Radiant players actually use it. Actually, I'm pretty sure that there are some people that use it, but I can just like cover it because it kind of goes into my my major, kind of learning about the effects of drugs. But if you guys have any questions, let me know, and I will see you guys in the next one. Please subscribe. Peace.